Getting ready to take my walk. Thought I'd make another video. Yeah, it's gonna be one of those days. He's gonna do stuff on the weekend, so Saturday and Sunday. Anyway, miniature light rules. All right, I've mentioned that the base attack bonuses seem to plateau at 10th level. Okay, and you have creatures who have very high negatives to be hit. So you're relying on a base attack bonus, ability bonus to the ability modifier, which Dragonslayer puts plus to hit and damage for dexterity and missile weapons. I don't think any other edition's ever done that. So high dex gives you expanded damage threshold, just like high strength gives you expanded damage threshold. Right. The max base attack bonus by class is from +4 to +8. So at 10th level, some are going to have +4, and then the warrior tops are going to have +8. THAC0 is always 20. Base attack, ability, magic, situation. Those are your 4 modifiers to hit anything. So modifiers are become very important. How you fight, the terrain you fight. Flanking bonus is in the system. +2 to hit provided for each flanker if an opponent is attacked from diametrically opposed sides at the same time. So where you do by person, you can run up and pile on a creature. Once engaged, however, it's hard to disengage without getting an extra attack. Anytime you adjust, which is basically a euphemism for moving just 5 feet, the creature you're base to base with, or within reach of, gets to attack you. Now, it only says one attack. It says gets to attack you. But the creature has an attack routine. An attack routine would imply that maybe they get to use all their multiple attacks. So once you're up on top of a tentacle creature, getting away from said tentacle creature becomes a problem. Or if you move through where that creature can attack. So once you're in base to base, and it doesn't post a limit. So technically, once engaged, you're in it to win it. If you double move away, or you attack then move, it still gets to swing at you. Maybe with all of its multiple attacks. Once you're engaged, you're in it to win. Flanking gets important. Reach gets important. Spears and halberds are possessed of 5-foot reach and may also reach from the 2nd rank. So fighting in ranks becomes important. You can fight in ranks with the flanking bonus, making it even, you get no pluses to hit, but you can attack safely from a distance, unless the creature's got really long arms or whatever. Push past. Players can move through spaces occupied by other player characters or allies as long as they are not adjacent to an enemy. So once they're adjacent, you can't get through their pace because they're moving around in the combat round, right? Reasonable. Charge. Now, some of the damage has been changed for some of the weapons. Lance and two-handed sword do 2d6 damage. And I think I touched on this lightly when I talked about thieves, and assassins getting backstabbed. Doesn't say roll damage, but a self-charge attack, minimum 20 feet away, scores double rolled damage. Fighters and subtypes only. So a fighter on a horse, a paladin on a horse who runs you down with a lance is going to roll 2d6 and double that damage. Devastating to lower level creatures. Actually, on a dragon, if you hit it with a lance at full charge, that's going to hurt. Same with that two-handed sword. Flee, disengage. Disengage from an opponent and draws an immediate free attack. Parentheses attacks. So parentheses does say, this does make me inclined that if it's got multiple attacks, it gets multiple attacks when you run away. So claw, bite as you flee. That sucks. Prone bonus. An opponent lying prone is +4 to be hit. So if you can knock them down, everybody gets big bonuses to hit them. That'll come in handy when people get high ACs. Coup de grace. Attacking an unconscious opponent results in an automatic hit. The target must save versus death plus the damage inflicted or die. Save versus death plus the damage inflicted. Is that a minus to save? High ground. Attack made on ground higher than opponent is +1 to hit. We're used to that. And +1 to damage. I'm not used to that. I get that. High ground advantage. Now, does that mean mounted? I could make that argument. I am technically higher than him. So mounted combat gets a bonus as well. I'll have to make a ruling. I need to put post-its in this binder for stuff to think of. Or just have an open conversation with my players. What do you guys think? And then they'll just grumble about it when they see mounted opponents. Makes a quick ruling in here as codified that you can fire missile weapons over medium-sized people, can fire over short people in the front rank, which if we're doing 5-foot spacing, automatically gives you point-blank advantage, and you can fire a missile in the melee. You're firing over. Now, does that absolve you of firing into melee? It doesn't specify. Debates. All range attacks require clear line. Duh. No doy. Missile attack minimum range. Missile attacks must be a minimum 5 feet away, 1 square from a target. If you're adjacent, you can't use a missile weapon. Period. It says target from a target. I always ruled that if you're in base-to-base contact, you can't use a bow against the guy over there. Dude next to you is jostling you. You're not going to get a clear shot. Point blank range, 5 to 10 feet. Once you got 1 hex away, a +1 to hit and damage. So another big plus for the missile attack guy. PBR is, yeah, I'm not going to call it PBR. Makes me think of a cheap beer. +1 to hit and damage, plus they get their dex. The bow guy, and they can cleave with the bow. So the bow guy is stronger in Dragonslayer than AD&D. Now, Unearthed Canyon gave you some monster damage, 2d6. You got 2d6 within 60 feet. I mean, +3/+3. It was pretty rough, right? A player may fire into or through melee combat. A natural or low attack roll results in friendly fire and causes weapon damage to the party member. So if you fire through a hex and you roll super low, you hit your party member automatically. There's no roll. Screw you. You hit Tommy. Roll damage. Tommy's dead. It's your fault. Thought I'd go over that because the base attack bonus is pretty lean in the grand scheme. So your best THAC0 is a 12. All right, THAC0 never gets better than 12. So then you're relying on situational bonuses. You're going to want to force to flank creatures and or attack from higher ground or whatever. So the terrain in your adventure is going to start making more sense. That elf with the bows want to get up on top of barrels or get on that ledge. I get on the ledge and fire down on them. That way I can see everybody in the room. I get high ground advantage, +1 to hit, +1 to damage with my bow and my dex. I shoot from above. And then I can clearly see targets, so I'm not shooting through hexes occupied by my allies. So I'm firing at an angle from above. So I don't have to worry about firing through and risking injuring or killing my teammates. It makes it a little bit more grid-like than I like, but you can still do this with Theater of the Mind. I run around, I flank. I like that. I can expand upon that fairly easily and be not game busting. So the most that you're going to worry about is +2 on top of your other abilities. So if you have 18 strength, +3 weapon, +5, +8, +13, +2, +10. 10 to hit AC, -10. The best AC in the game is 50% chance of hitting it if you got the most optimum ways around it with a +3 weapon. Reasonable. Something that high AC should be a long drawn out 5. I'm digging it. So that was my quick overview of the abbreviated combat and miniature light rules. We're all familiar with it. I dig it. I dig it. My players dig it a lot, to be honest. They dig it more than I do. I'm going to compare saving throws. One of my guys did the math for the thieves' abilities, percentile wise, what percentage they're more efficient or maybe higher, or how much better it is. Math? Come on, guys. I like the bell curve, but I'm not going to do math as a hobby too often. I will have to. Yeah, I'm just going to use the monster attack equal to a fighter, which means they max out at +8, and they'll have to use these bonuses like players do. So combat will be a lot of jockeying for position, which is what it should be. Maneuver. It's all about maneuver and fire, dude. It's always about maneuver and fire. So, yeah, digging it. Time for my walk. Sun's up a little later in the day than I normally take my walk, but I need to do this every day. Alright. I might make another video about Dragonslayer today. I'm going to have time when I'm doing a smoke here later. So, short beef rib and wangs. I'll make a cooking video. I make little shorts about that once in a while. I don't get into too much detail. I just show you the end result. Mainly about spam. I might have an obsession with fried spam sandwiches. I'm just saying. Game well, game often, y'all, and take care.